Hello and welcome to C programming video. My name is David Thorne. In this video I'm going to show you all about how to use truncate, or just how to truncate files. And if you don't know what truncating files is, then I'm going to explain it to you right now. So what we have here is this text file, it's input.txt, and it has some text in here. This is some really important information, and please remember do not to delete this with a new line. If you do delete it, there will be some really big problems. All right, so this is the new content that we want to write, text to append to the file, and I've put in here append, and that's the kind of the opposite of truncate. Okay, so in this example I'm going to show you how to use it with open and write, because fwrite and fopen, they are already they're going to truncate by default, but I want to show you how it works really at a lower level. So we're going to be using the open function, and this open function is a part of the file control header, and we are also going to need the Unix standard header for close. All right, so here we can say open, and it takes then a path, and then the next parameters it's going to take, or arguments it's going to take, is then we want to create the file if it doesn't exist. We know the file exists already, however it doesn't matter if we do it this way, and we're going to truncate it. I'm going to explain what it means in a second, and we're going to have write only permissions. Now if the file doesn't exist, which it does, we're going to give the user then read and write permissions, and we're going to give the group and then the other four, so just read permissions. This open is going to return a file descriptor, which we'll need to be able to close it, so we'll just go ahead and be a good developer and close the file descriptor straight away. We could test here if it's okay, but we know it's okay because the file exists. All right, so this is going to return -1 if it's not okay. Right, so now we go to write to the file. All right, and we write to the file descriptor. Which content we're going to write to? We're going to write this new content here, and we're going to use string len of the new content as well to get the string length. This is going to return size t, which is going to be the number of bytes written here, and we need then the string dots h because of the string len function here. Okay, so this is going to return the number of bytes written. 0 bytes is going to indicate it didn't write any bytes. -1 is going to say that it had a problem, and also then the other number is going to be the number of bytes that it wrote. With that said, we can now just print out number of bytes written was then ZU \n, and we say bytes written. We now need the standard IO library up here to use that. Happy days. All right, like I said, we're not doing any error checking. Now here's the most important thing to understand. All right, we're going to copy this text and we're going to paste it here. All right, because we're going to need it in a second to rerun it again. Okay, let's just pop that over there and clean this up because I'm going to need it in a second. All right, so this is the text that's in there. Now truncating is going to say when we open this file up, I want you to place the cursor at the beginning. All right, and I want you just to discard everything in the file and then write this data to it here. All right, now fopen does this automatically when you say write, but open you need to say the truncate here option. If you say write only, it will place the cursor at the beginning, and if we wrote text to append to the file, it would just replace the T, the I, it would just replace every single character in the file at that index, okay? And then it would just close the file, and that's it. So you would still get about this much text still there. So let's rerun it again. Let's run it again, and you'll see this file will be deleted, and it will only have text to append to the file, which is why I put append, because it's actually not doing that whatsoever. So when we run it, number of bytes written is 26. This is the number of bytes here, and you look at the file, and we get text to append to the file. All right. So I don't know whether we can do back on this. We can't. So we'll take the text that we wanted to put in it, and we'll update it again and get rid of the comments. Whoops, did the wrong button again, and it's not letting me do it in that file. Okay, we'll do it in this file instead. That's better, and we'll cut and paste it in there. Happy days. Okay, so that's now back in there, and we'll undo it in here. Okay, so as you can see now, this is placing the cursor at the beginning and then deleting this text. If we remove the O_trunc, okay, this is going to go write only. And now we can show you that it's going to place the cursor at the beginning. And let's just do it manually first of all. It's going to take the cursor at the beginning, and it is then going to essentially put the text at the beginning, right? But it will have written over, so we've got it's written over however many characters it has there, okay? And when we run it, it will do it a lot faster than what I'm doing it here. Okay, so let's just run the code, and you'll see it happen when it comes in. You can see here that it happened, all right? The text to append to the file. And then it just closed it. So this is the difference between truncating and not truncating. If you want to keep the contents of the file and overwrite it from the beginning and keep whatever contents there are, then that's perfectly fine. If you have a scenario where you need to do that, then good. But if you want to wipe the file out and start from the beginning every single time, then the idea is to use truncate. Now, like I said, if we take now a file and say file pointer and do fopen, and we say then the file path that we want to open. Here we say W. This is already truncating by default, all right? And we can then say SST and then, let's just say bytes written here. And we say fwrite. We then say the content that we want to write to. We'll just say char, but the size of char is 1. The number of bytes that we want to write is then string length new content, and the place that we want to write it to is then FP. Okay, we can just comment out FD and so on, and let's comment out that, and we'll just use file close for FP instead. Okay, and we can comment that out, but we can copy it and paste it and put then bytes written here. Okay, and you'll see that this will do exactly the same thing. Let's just put, this is some really important text back on the first line again. Happy days. Okay, let's run this, and you'll see that text to append to the file. It does exactly what it says on the tin. Now, if we come back to here and and cut this out here and put it in there, and I'll speed this up. Okay, so now if we want to keep the contents of that one file, then rather than having a write, we can say append. So append is basically saying I'm not going to truncate instead, and I'm just going to place the text at the end of the file. So when we run this, you will now expect to see text to the end of the file to sit then down here, right? Even though we haven't put a backslash on there, Xcode, because I've been modifying it by itself, it's already placed a \n on the end of it, right? So when we run this, you'll see that it placed it to the end. Okay, if I came to Vim or something to remove that, it wouldn't do that, all right? But this is just an Xcode thing with managing the files. As long as you're not as long as you haven't edited that file in some form of text editor, it wouldn't have put that \n to the end of the file, all right? So this is then how you can do it using, so really this should be like a writing one, this could be a pending one, and we can then comment this one out for future reference and just say this one here and close this one here, and we'll just put it down there for the sake of showing that we were closing that. Yep. Okay, so this is how truncating works. It can be very dangerous, obviously, because if you don't make a copy of the file before appending to it, in the event that an error occurs, then you've lost all of the data. So that it's always a good idea to copy the file first of all, and then try and write to the file. And if it doesn't work, try and write into the file. Then you can just rename the other file back to how it was again. You've at least got the contents saved without having to place all of that contents into memory. With that said, I hope that you've got something out of this one video. If you did, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and do all of the other things that you can possibly do with social media, like sharing or whatever it is like that, you know. And if you've noticed, I do this videos on the 27th. I'm doing the video on the 27th today, and I'll release it in the next hour or so after I've edited it. If you want to be able to see this content straight away, this video will not be actually publicly released until the 4th of October, because I have other videos already ready to be released on a daily basis. But if you want to see this content immediately, then feel free to become a member. You don't have to, but if you feel that you want to, if you feel that you want to support even more, if you want to support my channel even more, then feel free to become a member. You will definitely have a place in my heart. But if not, don't worry about it. You just got to wait until the 4th of October, and you can then watch the content. Now that you're watching it, if it is the 4th of October, thank you very much for watching my videos. And if you've got any questions, feedback or concerns, let's start a conversation in the comment section down below. Other than that, once again, thank you very much for watching. My name's David Thorne, and I will see you in the next video. Ciao, ciao, and goodbye.